If you're looking to speed up your software delivery process and create a collaborative engineering culture, this episode is for you. It's all about mastering DevOps and how fostering a collaborative mindset can accelerate your software releases and improve the team efficiency. So get ready, like this video, drop a comment below with the most valuable insight you are taking away, and don't forget to take a note. Also make sure to share this with a colleague who is looking to level up their DevOps practices and improve software delivery in their team. Start with surveying the main tenet of DevOps, understanding DevOps value, seeing how your organization benefits from using DevOps approach. DevOps helps transform the way engineering teams collaborate to create and shape software. It's a broad and encompassing philosophy that inspires diverse implementation across the industry. I personally define DevOps as an engineering culture of collaboration, ownership, and learning with purpose of accelerating the software development lifecycle from ideation to production. DevOps can enable you to reduce interpersonal friction, elimination bottlenecks, improve collaboration, increase job satisfaction through engineering empowerment, and accelerate team productivity. So DevOps is no silver bullet, but it can have a massive impact on your organization and your products. And in this video, I emphasize the importance of culture over process and tooling, and discuss the principles and values of DevOps, and dive into how your organization will benefit from the DevOps approach. So what is DevOps? DevOps is a philosophy, one that prioritizes people over processes and processes over tooling. So DevOps build a culture of trust, collaboration, and continuous improvement. As a culture, it views the development process in a holistic way, taking into account everyone involved. So that could be developers, testers, operational folks, and security, and also infrastructure engineers. DevOps doesn't put any one of these groups above the other, nor does it rank importance of their work. Instead, a DevOps company treats the entire team of engineers as critical to ensuring that the customer has the best experience as possible. DevOps evolved from Agile in 2001, so 17 developers or software engineers met and published their manifesto for Agile software development, which spelled out the 12 principles of Agile project management. This new workflow was a response to the frustration and inflexibility of team working in a waterfall, which is also a linear process. So working within Agile principle, engineers aren't required to adhere to original requirement or follow a linear development workflow in which each team hands off work to the next. Instead, they are capable of adapting to the ever-changing needs of the business or the market, and sometimes even changing technology and tools. Although Agile revolutionized software development in many ways, it failed to address the conflict between developers and operations specialists. So silos still develop around technical skill set and specialties, and developers still hand off code to operations folks to deploy and support. So in 2008, Andrew Clay Schaffer talked to Patrick Debios about this frustration with the constant conflict between developers and operation folks. Together, they launched the first DevOps Days event in Belgium to create a better and more agile way of approaching software development. So this evolution of Agile to whole and DevOps has since enabled companies around the globe to produce better software faster and usually also cheaper. DevOps is not a fad, it's widely accepted engineering philosophy. DevOps focus on people. Anyone who says that DevOps is all about tooling want to sell you something. Above all else, DevOps is a philosophy that focuses on engineers and how they can better work together to produce great software. You could spend millions on every software or DevOps tools in the world and still be no closer to DevOps in Nirvana. Instead, focus on your most important engineering asset, which is your engineers. So happy engineers make great software. How do you make happy engineers? Well, you create a collaborative work environment in which mutual respect and shared knowledge, acknowledgement of hard work can thrive. Also, company culture is the foundation of DevOps. Even if it has been left to develop through inertia, the culture has more influence on your job satisfaction, productivity, and team velocity than you probably realize. Company culture is most described as the unspoken expectations, behavior, and value of an organization. Culture is what tells your employees whether company leadership is open to new ideas, It was inform an employee's decision as to whether to come forward with a problem or to sweep it under the rug. Culture is something to be designed and refined, not something to leave to chance. Though the actual definition varies from company to company and person to person, DevOps is a cultural approach to engineering at its core. A toxic company culture will kill your DevOps journey before it even starts. Even if your engineering team adopts a DevOps mindset, the attitude and challenges of a large company will bleed into your environment. With DevOps, you avoid blame, you grow trust and focus on the customer. You give engineers autonomy and empower them to do what they do best, engineer solutions. As you begin to implement DevOps, you give your engineers the time and space to adjust it, allowing them opportunity to get to know each other better and build rapport with engineers, different specialties. Also, you measure progress and reward achievements. Never blame individuals for failures. Instead, the team should continuously improve together, and achievements should be celebrated and rewarded. You learn by observing your process and collecting data. Observing your workflow within expectation is a powerful technique to use to see the sources and challenges of your workflow. Realistically, this observation is the only way to find the correct solution to the areas and issues that create bottlenecks in your process. Just as with software, slapping some Kubernetes or other new tool on a problem doesn't necessarily fix it. You have to know where the problems are before you go about fixing them. As you continue, you collect data, not to measure success or failure, but to track the team's performance. You determine what works, what doesn't work, and what to try next time. Persuasion is key to DevOps adoption. Selling the idea of DevOps to your leaders, peers, and employees isn't easy. The process isn't always intuitive to engineers either. Shouldn't a great idea simply sell itself? If only it were that easy. However, a key concept to always keep in mind as I implement DevOps is that it emphasizes people. The so-called soft skill of communication and collaboration are central to your DevOps transformation. So persuading other folks on your team and within your company to adopt DevOps requires practicing good communication skills. Early conversation that you have with colleagues about DevOps can set you up for success down the road, and especially when you hit on unexpected speed bump. Small incremental changes are priceless. The aspect of DevOps that emphasizes making in small incremental ways has its root in lean manufacturing, which empowers accelerated feedback, continuous improvement, and swifter time to market. When I talk about DevOps transformation, I like to use water as a metaphor. Water is one of the world's most powerful elements. Unless people are watching the flood waters rise in front of them, they think of it as relatively harmless. The Colorado River caved the Grand Canyon slowly over millions of years. Water out throughout stone exposed nearly 2 billion of years of soil and rocks, and you can be like water. Also, keeping calm as you begin to get familiar with DevOps, you will likely came across a model called CALMS. It stands for Culture, Automation, Lean, Measurement, and Sharing, and it's a helpful framework through which to understand the DevOps principle and evaluate your DevOps success. As you apply those principles throughout your organization, culture, you need to be collective and customer-centered, which means your engineers understand the purpose of technologies to make your customers live easier. If customer doesn't find value in the product will fail. Technology is secondary to this goal. The best DevOps culture are extremely collaborative and cross-functional, with people from different teams and varying skill sets working together to engineer a better product. Listening is a major component of communication. An easy litmus test of culture is to listen to conversation. Are people constantly talking over each other? If so, I bet you have opportunity for major cultural improvement ahead. Automation route tasks are an engineer's worst nightmare, not only because they are boring, but because they are inefficient. Engineers speak computers so they can make computers do jobs that people don't want to do. Usually, lowest hanging fruit for improvement in automation are code build, automated testing, deployment, and infrastructure provision. Lean doesn't refer just to lean manufacturing, it applies more widely to the nature of DevOps teams, which are agile and scrappy. Lean teams ensure low impact activity because it doesn't provide value to the customer. Another aspect of lean is how it keeps to the goal of continuous improvement. Everyone embraces a growth mindset and innately wants to improve. And then also measurement data is critical to DevOps. Measuring progress through data will inform nearly every aspect of your organization's transformation. Benefit from DevOps. This video dives into how you and your team can benefit from implementing DevOps in your organization beyond the human component, which enables faster delivery, improved functionality, and fearless innovation. DevOps has technical benefits, which is continuous integration and continuous delivery, which is the CICD, are closely aligned with DevOps. So continuous software delivery removes many of the bottlenecks often seen in teams that deploy infrequently. And if you create automated pipelines that pass new code through a robust test suite, you can feel more confident in your deployment. DevOps also enables faster recovery from incident. You will inevitably experience a customer impacting services disruption at some point, no matter how well tested your code is. But teams who work in DevOps methodology find resolution faster through better coordination and more open accessibility, shared learning, and better performance monitoring. So engineering is not the only side of your organization that benefit from DevOps. The business side of your organization will see fewer customer complaints, faster delivery of new features, improved reliability of existing services. Also, DevOps enable you to do more with the resources you already have. It accepts the reality of constraint and shows you how to succeed within your unique environment as well. If you find this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.